Hi everyone, it's Shelley Johns here. I'm a supervisor with Herbalife and I live in Gympie, Queensland. I've been using the products for 27 years now. I've lost over 20.2 kilos, 3 dress sizes. I've used the products during both pregnancies and breastfeeding as well. And my children have been on the product since they were 12 months old, or probably younger actually when you consider when they're inside me. But I'm going to be covering a really important topic, which is customer care and follow up. So really looking after your customers. So I just wanted to run through some really important keys that are going to help you to not just get clients, but how to keep them, how to make sure they're long term. So I know I've got clients that have been ordering off me for over 17 years, probably 20 years now, I think. And how to upgrade them onto other products and how to get referrals, and ultimately then how to upgrade them into the business as well. Where's that arrow? It's disappeared. There we go. Okay, so Jim Rohn says, good service leads to multiple sales. If you take good care of your customers, they'll open doors that you could never open yourself. So what does that mean? It means that they know people that you don't know. They have a center of influence, and then those center of influence have a center of influence. So if you look after a client, good news travels fast. You know, if you look after someone, they're going to know that you'll look after their friends and family the same, and that's how, you know, it just spreads out and you get referrals. And it's much easier to get one customer and get referrals rather than continuing getting new clients over and over again. Obviously, we want to do both, but accessing people's center of influence, which I know Marcel's amazing at. I'd love to do actually just a whole session just on how to attract and how to get referrals. So in your business pack, of course, we have a career manual, and there's some fantastic sections in your career manual, which is the book 1. So it's just been reconfigured recently, and I really want you to go through that again. I would make a goal of this week going through your career manuals again, even just highlighting some of the key points on customer care and follow-up. It even gives you a script to follow, okay? So that use these resources, plus on myherbalife.com. .au, there is a resource center as well, which actually runs through how to do follow-up. So you want to use all these things that are at your fingertips. They've been put together by distributors for distributors, okay? So make sure you're using all of those resources and showing your team how to access them as well. Great. So so keeping track of results. So there's lots of different ways you can keep track of your clients. There's some in the brochures that come with the programs. I just use a profile which basically gathers all of their information, their name, their address, their phone number, their birthday, their partner's name, their children's names, so that I can basically, every time I'm following them up, I can basically relate it back to them and have this conversation. It's more personal. I'm going to build rapport and trust faster, because I'm genuinely interested in their life and getting to know them. So every time they say something new about themselves, I write it down and I'm keeping track of that, okay? It's really important, particularly if the customer doesn't live near you, then you've just got to work that little bit harder to, I guess, to build up that relationship if you can't see them face to face, okay? You've got to do absolutely everything you can. Then on the chart here, you can see I basically have, you know, day 1, day 3 or 4, 7, 14, 21, etc. And I love this one because it actually says, you know, time to try a different flavored shake, time to reorder, and then it's got all their weight and measurements. So I'm really big on centimetre loss. I'm always adding it up. Like today, Belinda came to Fit Club. So in 2 weeks, she's lost 2.5 kilos and 9 centimetres. We all made a really big deal about it at Fit Club and celebrated, and she's so happy and excited. And you really want to, you know, it's always results. Results are what get people on the products. Results are what keep people on the products. And results is what gets them to continue and then to refer other people to you. It's all about results. The more results you share, the faster your business is going to go. You don't need to know all the technical ingredients and everything. You just need to learn results. Show before and afters. That picture tells 1,000 words is really, really important, okay? So make sure you're continually writing down results and sharing them. And definitely call them when you say you will. And you know what? I'm guilty of this as well. Sometimes I've gone, oh, I forgot to call such and such. You know, if you call people and you go above and beyond, you do what you say you're going to do, you know, you under promise and over deliver. That was something that I've always been taught. Give more than what they're expecting. You will get, you know, you're going to get people that will really want to stay on the products and that they know that they can trust you. Always give encouragement. You know what? They're not always going to be happy. They might be going through detox. They might not be having a good time in their life. They could be just feeling really crappy. And you've got to be their cheer squad. You've got to lift them up. And it's not always easy because you know what? Sometimes they're not going to appreciate it. So again, keep sharing results, keep being encouraging, keep believing in them. So one of the things I say to my clients is I'm with you all the way. They know that I'm never, ever going to give up on them. And you want to be strong with that. So not pushy, but strong for them until they're strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet, okay? So this is a really great chart. So Lydia, did you have any other different system that you use?
Hey, Shelley. No, mine is very, very similar to what you have up there on the screen. And I totally go with everything that you have said. It's about being strong at the beginning and initially grabbing that starting weight. Not everybody does like to part with that. If I do strike that, Shelley, I like to work with the last digits if they're adamant about not giving me the entire number, because all I am concerned about is that, 8.6 at the end coming down. So if that's something that I have to work with, well, so be it. But being strong and getting the measurements, as a lot of people just don't see the value in that either. And like you said, call them when you say you're going to call them. Learn to employ yourself. Basically, you do have a job, you do have a commitment, and you've told them a time frame. So always commit to that and make that time for that customer, because, as you said, that rapport has to be built very strongly in the first couple of weeks at least, or months, and do rockstar follow-up basically, because that is where your next referral will come from. And I actually have had to base when I lived out of town, I had to base my business for 4 years based on referrals only. So that is all I'd done. Very, very time poor for flyers and 3 children living 20k out of town. And like you say, be their cheer squad for them. And if you can get the opportunity to share that on Facebook and things like that, that's what we heavily rely on. And getting in those selfies, not necessarily taking that photo of these guys on their own. However, we like to show other people that we are working with a great team of people, and we are loving what we're doing, and we're still doing what you might have seen on our Facebook wall a month ago. So it is a photo with the client and go, I'm so proud of this chick, 5 kilos down. I never put a time frame in there because not everybody gets, 5 kilos a month, and we don't want the people to feel bad about only getting 2 kilos a month, because 2 kilos is brilliant. And just finishing off those conversations, Shelley, every time I do chat with these guys, day 1, day 3 and day 7 and thereafter, always leaving those words in their mouth right at the end. Right at the end I'll say, well, that's just magnificent, Shelley, keep up the great work, 5 kilos and 18 centimetres, mate. Well, you have a good day and I look forward to catching you next week. So when people say, Shelley, God, my God, you're looking good, how much have you lost? That's all they've heard 3 or 4 times is, oh my God, I think my coach said, 5.6 kilos at 18 centimetres. So they're learning to tell that story and do that job for you. So that will spread the word as well. So yeah, totally agree with everything there.
That's very clever. You're basically just teaching them how to package their story. So well
absolutely.
Done.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Use that next. So thank you. Jan, would you like to add something as well on how you do your customer care and follow-up?
Yeah, obviously very much the same as you girls. You've said everything that really needs to be said. It is learning to earn their trust and respect. That's something very, very important. And build that relationship with them so they feel very, very comfortable with you. And obviously they, knowing that you will be with them all the way, like you've said. Also, with the measurements, I know sometimes people have difficulty understanding why measure. But sort of encouraging them to do that, and often I've sent a piece of ribbon in the mail, or I've got them to highlight the tape measure to how many centimetres they've lost. So that will always be encouragement for them, because sometimes they will lose more centimetres than weight, and I think you girls have probably found that. So seeing visually, I think really does help, and always just double checking how they're making their shake. I had a girl recently, even though I'd gone over everything with her time and time again, she still, was not doing everything totally correctly. So it is important to go back over things with people, never sort of feel uncomfortable doing that, because you'll pick up, little things that perhaps they're not doing, or not snacking, or definitely sometimes not drinking anywhere near enough water. So just double check everything that you've gone through with them in the beginning. And I do feel when you're getting somebody new on the products, taking that little bit of extra time with them, making sure they understand everything, and you're building that trust and respect with them in the beginning. Your follow-up during that month will always go that, a little bit better. But no, you girls are doing absolutely fantastically.
Oh, thank you, Jan. And obviously there's like a chart that you can fill out if you're a pen and paper person, but there are spreadsheets. So whatever appeals to you on how you want to keep your records. I know with a lot of my clients, they will have their own copy of the chart and I'll have a copy. So when I'm ringing them, we're both recording. So I find that works really well too, because then they've got their own copy. So whatever works for you, that's what I would use, because everyone's different, of course. So it's great that you can find something that fits in with your personality type. Okay, so these are some of the things that are really important. So setting up your client and customers so that they can get off to the best possible start. You're setting them up for success. So writing on the products, it's something that Merv always did. He always used a red texter, and I never kind of quite figured out why he had a red texter. And then he said, I use a red texter because you can still see the label through the red marker. It's not covering anything up whatsoever. I thought that was really clever. So I always, I've got a pink one, but you can use red as well. So make sure you're writing on how to use the products, okay? Especially if we have our little ways that we like to do it. They might be on weight gain. They might be using it just for maintenance of good health or sports. So just mark up the products so it's really, really clear. I've got this how to use chart that I use, and I'm happy to upload that on Challenge Yourself Daily, and it's really effective. It just shows them, this is for weight loss, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and then the water options, and it also mentions a few Herbalife products as well. So if they're not on those products, it's another way of advertising them to help with the upgrade. Making sure they've got a tabby box and shaker or one of the starter packs there. I think they're a great gift when they order a full program. Making sure you've got plenty of recipes, plenty of snack ideas. They've got their profile and results chart, and you encourage them to take a photo as well, some before photos. And, I always say to people, look, have this for your own records. We don't have to put it on anywhere like on Facebook or anything like that. But of course, what happens once they're proud of their result and excited, they want to put it on Facebook, and you can help them put the collage together of before and after. Just make sure you've got individual results may vary, results not typical in a size 10 font on your photos that you do post, so that it's in alignment with the Herbalife regulations. But just anything that you can provide for your client to help them get off to a great start. If you're there with them, make a shake with them. If you're not, then just keep giving them different ideas. It's really important that they love the taste of that shake, because they're going to be having it twice a day for however long. So you want them to absolutely love how it tastes, okay? And just work with them the best you can until that happens. And then of course they can add to it as well, add different recipes that they love. Adding them onto your client groups too is a great way of getting a lot of interaction and seeing lots of recipes too. Okay, so keeping good records. I know it's something that I have, not been the best at in the past. So I've actually got a book where I write every single order that I do and the date and everything like that. But of course, in your business pack, you get a retail order pad, and this is where you can record all your clients' details. Particularly once you go supervisor, you're going to need to do your customer 10 form to get your royalties. So you need to supply that you actually have clients. And don't stress about it too much. It's just a step-by-step process. And you just want to show that you are helping people, that we're actually, Australia is actually one of the strongest retailers in Herbalife. We do great customer care. We're really strong in our retail. So just, fill it out, keep track of your records. Look, if a client doesn't want a copy of it, it's okay, but still keep it for yourself. And this ensures that if there's ever the time that they do want to refund it, it doesn't happen very often. I know in my 27 years, I've had 3 refunds in all that time, but it does happen sometimes. Don't worry about it. The customer gets looked after, you get looked after, so there's no problems at all. And just make sure that you supply, you've got the retail receipt, so there is ever a refund that you can follow through that process, and there's no problems with it at all, okay? But you just want to keep track of your business. I think I do have another chart here as well. So this is, now you don't have to use this one. I think I've seen Lydia and Marcel use this, and it's great. So you put you here and you put all the orders that you're doing, and then you've got the month here. And, it doesn't have to be get 20, keep 20, it could be get 5, keep 5, whatever it is that appeals to you. You set your own thing of what you want to achieve. And then every time you get a client, you put their name here and the line attaches to them, and then you write what they've ordered. And generally, if I've got a customer that's ordered more than once in the month, I'll put the second order here and so on. And sometimes what I'll do, I'll also put names of people that haven't ordered yet. It's a bit like that self-fulfilling prophecy, you know, putting it out there into the universe, however you want to think of it. I basically put their name and I write, and basically it might be 5 extra people that I think would make great clients, and just it's amazing what can happen by the end of the month. And you know, if you can have a goal of getting 20, you know, long-term clients that love the products. Yes, some are going to upgrade to VIP members and register as a member, that's fine, but they'll constantly get replaced by referrals and things like that. And then you can write how many volume points you've done each week to get to your goal. So if you're trying to go for your 2,500 Herbalife house to get your full royalty. So just to keep in mind that if, as a supervisor, if you do 500 volume points, you get 1% royalty. 1,000 volume points is 2% royalty. 1,500 volume points is 3%. 2,000 is 4%, and 2,500 volume points gives you your full royalty. So this is why we really talk about the Herbalife house and why you should do your 2,500 volume points a month. Now you can write here how many clients you've got, how many members you've signed up, how many supervisors you've achieved. It's just giving you a goal. Now, if you're just someone that wants some part-time income and you want to have a few clients, you know, you don't have to worry about this. But if you're a business builder and you want to be going along to World Team, Active World Team and beyond, then this is a fantastic gauge sheet. Okay, of course you can use ones that really appeal to you, but this one I have found quite effective. I've used it a lot. And the other thing too is it makes you go back and you can see who you need to follow up as well. Did you miss anyone? Is there someone that you were meant to call that you haven't? Okay, you can keep a track of what people are ordering, what they've upgraded to. So I find this a really great gauge sheet. So did you have anything to add to that, Jan?
No, it's a very good gauge because most of our guys have been using that, and it does make a difference. Just keeping track, absolutely perfect.
Cool. So Lydia, did you have any thing you'd like to add?
Yeah, so on mine, Shelley, we've sort of tweaked ours down the left-hand side where it says get 20, keep 20. We actually have trial packs down the side there and a space for people's names. On the right-hand side, once again, I do highlight in yellow who my new clients were for the month. And like you say, I have a few empty circles there, so I do go ahead and highlight 5 ready for my 5 new people for the month, so making it happen. And we actually have a little graph right there, dead center in between down the bottom, and we just have like a retail profit and a like a full-blown retail profit with our 50%, and then who's ordering online, and then our commission. So it sort of just allows us to see, you know, I think Jan's spoken about it a lot early days, you need to see the money that you're making, and say, well, you know, in case your purse is empty, come the end of the month and go, man, I don't even think I've made everything, you know, because you might have used that $20 on eggs and milk. However, we can see at the end of the month that we've got, you know, it might have been 2,000 commissions, it might have been $650 full retail, and then our people that are purchasing the odd product off us at, you know, the discount 25% if they've run out of something. So we can see our 3 lines of income and turn around at the end of the month and go, well, you know what, we have been paid $2,400, that's gone somewhere. So yeah, that gives us a visual on it as well. So yeah, that was it.
Cool. So could you do me a big favor, Lydia, and upload your version onto Challenge Yourself Daily?
Yes, yeah, well, I can add, yep, well, I'll print a new one off and show you, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think, you know, any resources that people are using that are working and that might appeal to someone, I'd love to have all those accessible on the resource section of Challenge Yourself Daily.
That's right. And just another thing I was just going to add in there, Shelley, is just say hypothetically up the top I had you're a new client, and then you brought me Jan, and then I always teach, you know, the guys so I can see what's happening in their organisation as well, draw a line to that person. So, you know, Jan McMahon has come from Jan Palmer, which has come from Shelley as a referral, and I have put these 2 ladies under you so I can visually see come the 25th, the 26th or whatever, close to the end of the month, and make that phone call, you know, to you and say, hey, Shelley, look, you know, this is how the marketing plan works. The ladies below you have ordered, you know, blah, blah. You've got 160 volume. You know, if you want to get that done this month and done and dusted, you'll move up to 35%. If you don't, no problem. But I can see, you know, what work's got to be done, or if I think, you know, 2 or 3 of you, because you can move the 3rd line up, which will push you all up. And make that phone call with a 3-way chat. It just allows me to see, you know, that you ladies have got to 300 volume you know, or Jan below might have ordered that, so we can place an order through her for 200 and push you all up to 35%. It just allows you to see that as a coach and trying to get the best discount for your people.
So do you think that this technique that you're using with this sheet and just chasing the referrals and seeing how it all links is one of the things that's helped you get to Active World Team?
Oh, look, you know, it definitely is, because if I've missed something, Jan and Albert will pick me up because mine goes that way to them each week. Same with Marcel, you know, I'll say, well, you know, your bottom lady here, have you seen that she's ordered, you know, 300 volume? This is being consumed. Who's consuming it? Is it just her? And didn't you tell me that you linked her to Shelley Johns and Ross? Oh, yeah, I did. That's right, they are. You know, and I'll say, well, there's a phone call. Get Shelley to, you know, the top person to 35%. And it just sort of, you got somebody looking over your shoulder, you know, you can just see that connection until you get them to that 35%. I don't do it thereafter because it's, you know, sometimes it's quite hard to get them to 42 if they're not interested in the business. However, that 35% can be done quite easily with 4 or 5 below the first person that's brought you 4 referrals. So it just allows me, to get that person, which makes them happier, which spreads the love and the word faster with more affordable products.
Definitely spreading the love. I like that. Sounds great.
Yeah, so it's definitely obviously helped. Because I would hate to come at the end of the month, like I've come very close to the end of the month and gone, oh my God, I nearly missed the boat there with Shelley. And it's not that you know that, you know, but I just can't as a coach not mention to you, look, you've got 100 volume left, Shelley, do you want to get to 35? No problem if you don't, but as a coach, I think if you're trying to do the best thing for your clients, well, that's one good move to get them another 10% discount. And I always look at it as free postage.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you so much. Okay, so what to say? So this is kind of probably one of the daunting things about I guess our business is if you're shy or you're not sure or your confidence is low, whatever's going on in your life and where you are when you first start in the business isn't going to be where you end up, just so you know. But what to say to people, how to talk to them, and particularly it's great when you get the perfect client that's just doing everything and loves everything, but what happens when you get someone that isn't having a great time, that is having problems? How do you handle it? And most people, if someone's got a problem, then they make it a problem because they don't get in that solution mode. They're not thinking about the solutions. They don't have maybe the skills and the confidence. So definitely get your coach and your mentor on a 3-way call with you, or get them there with your client if you can see them face to face, so that you can use their experience and their skills to solve that problem so you can learn. And when you hear it over and over again, guess what? You're going to pick it up really quick, and then you're going to be able to do it. And you're going to be able to teach it as well. So handling questions and objections, just you think of Mark Hughes. He always said, no problem. Nothing's ever a problem. It doesn't even matter what they say. It's no problem. There's always a solution. Provide ongoing support and encouragement. So the follow-up is really the key. Sharing new results. You want to create product lovers, people that love the product so much that they want to use it basically forever. And that's who you're looking for. You're looking for people like you. So if you think how you feel about the products and would you want to use these products forever, so I can see you all, so if you just want to nod if that's how you feel about the products, right? We're looking for people like us that want to use the products for 27 years or 2 years or 17 years, whatever it might be, okay? We're looking for people just like us. And they're out there. We've just got to find them. Most people don't even know Herbalife exists yet. Your job is to let them know. Get out of your comfort zone and start sharing. Talking about the options, Lydia just gave the perfect example of showing people what the options are, showing them how to upgrade. Just let them know. Don't prejudge that they were or aren't interested, or they could or couldn't do it. It's not your job to prejudge. Your job is to show them the options and let them make the decision. They have the first right of refusal. George Knight always says that. Talking about other products. So if you're using other products, will you talk about them? Probably. If you're using the skin, if you're using the aloe, if you're using the lift off, I know it's not available at the moment, that's okay. Whatever the products are, NRG, the H24, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're using it, you generally talk about it. If you've got it there, they can try a sample. But even just sharing different results of what you're achieving. Have a goal to have a result on every single product. That's all I can say. And then you can just reel it off straight away and talk about it. And you know what? The smartest thing that was at Fit Club today, so I had about 8 or 9 people. One of the clients that ordered, Fit Club members that ordered a Kaizen, And luckily that as I was telling her about it, other people were standing around me listening, and they said, oh, I think I need some of that. Or how much is it? You know, all of a sudden the questions started coming because they were listening to me talk about the benefits of the products and why I loved it. And yeah, so if you just do that, you talk about it with passion, and they know that you're being genuine, they're going to want to upgrade to it. Okay, so have a goal of doing that. Definitely expect reorders. If someone's getting great results and it's about the 21st of the month and you know they need to reorder, are you going to say, do you want to reorder? Or, hey, what flavor would you like this month? Or would you like to add some, you know, a PPP to your order this month? Okay, don't ask them if they want to reorder. Expect it and just ask, what flavor would you like this month? Would you like to add an extra flavor? Would you like to add one of the H24 products on this month? Yeah, and just let them know, and also ask for referrals. Who do you know that's noticed your results? Who do you know that you care about that we could help get great results too? Give them some incentives. I like to give a free product every time I get a referral, and I make sure it's something they're not already using. Don't give them something they're already using. Give them an aloe body lotion or a sample of something or a couple of protein bars or whatever it is. A Herbalife bottle. They're great because they're big and they attract inquiry, you know. So start thinking about how you can keep, yeah, everyone's out there. It's like an army of people promoting what you do. Okay. In fact, I'm pretty sure the quote that I put on there, your customer is a part of your mission. They're part of what we're doing. So I'll just go through I'll just quickly see what the next slide is. Okay. So I just wanted to go through some of the most common questions and objections that might come up when someone's not getting great results. What could possibly happen? So is anyone that wants to throw an objection or a question at me? Let's see if we can field it. So if someone wants to unmute themselves, give me a hard one.
I'm getting constipated.
Okay. Who's that?
This is Lydia.
Okay. No. Hi, Lydia. No problems at all. Okay. So just tell me, is there something that you normally have that you might have taken out, or have you added something in that you don't normally have? I'm not talking about the Herbalife program, something else.
No. I've always regular every single day. And since I started on Monday with Herbalife, today's Friday, and yes, I'm having trouble going to the toilet. No. What do you think it could be?
How much water are you drinking?
Oh, I may have dropped back just a little bit, but I'm definitely over 1.5 litres every single day.
Okay, so how much do you weigh?
62 kilos.
Cool. So I'm thinking for your weight, you're probably needing at least 1 litre per 25, 30 kilos. So you probably really should be drinking 2 to 2.5 litres a day, because remember, there's lots of really good quality fibre in that program. And if you're not drinking enough water, guess what's going to happen?
Okay, right. Couldn't, I started off with soy light milk, but I've sort of ran out and I went to trim.
Cool.
Is that right?
So how much milk do you normally have?
Well, I only used to have it in my coffee before I started Herbalife. So yeah, I definitely wasn't having 500 mils a day.
Right, okay. So when you go from having milk, like regular milk and skim milk and light milk, still regular milk with lactose in it, and you go from having it in tea and coffee and cereal to 2 smoothies a day, there's a lot more lactose for your body to try and digest. So I would suggest that you've probably increased your milk too much and then you've decreased your water. So if you did these two things, increase your water to 2.5 litres a day consistently, and you either cut back or you eliminate the milk and go to soy milk or lactose-free milk. If you can do that, can you do that for me?
Yes, so I can get some tomorrow and see how it goes for sure.
Yep. I'm sure that if you just did those 2 changes in a couple of days, you're going to be regular as clockwork, and then I'll give you a call and we'll keep working on it and make sure that you're regular again and your results will start coming, okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks for that, Shelley.
No worries. Okay. So did everyone like that? Okay, is there another, give me another objection. Let's do it. Come on, be brave. Where are you?
I'm feeling, Shelley, look, I've been doing everything like you told me to, but look, I'm feeling just so hungry.
Okay, no problems at all, Jan. So how many days have you been on your program for?
5 days.
Right. And are you having snacks?
Oh, not every day. Yeah, not every day.
Okay. And how are you having your shakes? What's in your shakes?
The Formula One?
Anything else?
No.
What are you mixing it with?
Milk?
Okay. So I think there's two things that you can do to solve this quite easily. So there's no problems at all. I would definitely add in a snack mid-morning and mid-afternoon.
Right.
Remember the snacks list I gave you?
Oh, yeah. I put it in the drawer. I forgot about it.
Yeah, so put that on the fridge for me. Can you go do that now?
Yep. Okay.
So I want you to be looking at these things. So these are things that are going to help you not be hungry. So I want you to put the snack list on the fridge. I want you to choose 2 a day from the sweet and the savoury one, okay?
Okay, yep.
Great. And the second thing I want you to do is if you're just having a plain shake, which means you're just putting your Formula One in with milk and nothing else, you're not adding anything else, I call that a plain shake, and it's probably not going to be as filling. So even if you blend in a little bit of fruit or some almond meal or some yogurt or something like that, some oats just to thicken it up, and you're definitely not going to be as hungry, okay?
Okay, I'll give that a try. Yeah, it sounds good.
And if you're thinking of something extra you need, you can always add in a personalised protein powder into your program, and you would add that to your shakes to make them more filling, and you'll have less hunger too. How does that sound?
Oh, does protein help your hunger, does it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, I might get that with my next order.
Okay, great. So I'll give you a call in a couple of days and see how you're feeling, okay?
Thank you.
Cool. So remember, nothing's ever a problem. And yes, it takes time to think of those solutions to those problems, but use your upline to help you. Get on a 3-way call so that they can draw from their experience to help you, okay? So well, just do one more. Can anyone think of any other ones that might be as a problem might come up with clients?
I don't like the flavour of the shake.
Okay, well, that's not a problem. So if someone says they don't like how the shake tastes or they don't like the texture, then I basically say, have you tried it in this? Let's mix that. Hey, I'm coming around to your house and we're going to do a recipe session, or we can meet up. Look, if they don't live near me, not a problem. Let's go through some recipes and let's try this and let's try that. Generally, if they're just having a plain shake or they're putting it in juice or something like that, it's probably not going to be as nice as if they start blending it and having a little bit more gourmet to start with. So I just think you've got to go for those classic ones. I think the one that works best for me, unless you're allergic to peanuts, of course, is the Snickers, peanut butter, soy milk or lactose-free milk, lots of ice, cocoa powder or raw cacao powder with any flavoured shake pretty much, but the cookies and cream and the chocolate or vanilla work well. Blend, blend, blend. You can freeze it if you want, but that is a real, I call that a crowd pleaser. Pretty much everyone likes that. So if they're allergic to peanuts, you could go to another nut butter that they could have, something like that, or put in frozen bananas instead of peanut butter. Something like that, what I call a crowd pleaser, where everybody's going to like it. So, and the other one, which was a big problem for me, was trying to, in fact, I still have trouble swallowing the tablets, but that's okay. Yeah, it's what, what people are willing to persist through, and if the promise of the results is great enough that you can paint that picture for, and they're going to persist through any problem. You're going to help them get through if you're strong for them, okay? So if someone has problems with tablets, take them with the shake. Don't take them with water. Take one at a time. Crush the tablets and put them in your shake and swallow them that way. I've had people put them in jam and yogurt and things for their kids, and whatever it takes for you to take those products consistently is what you want to do, okay? So nothing is ever a problem. There's always a solution. So we're going to wrap it up before we go through the promotion. So I just wanted to ask Lydia if you had anything else that you'd like to add.
Yeah, no, I think it just comes back to, like you said, it's always good to get 20 great customers first up, but I think it's always good to be slammed with the really bad customer. So always look upon, that really pain in the butt customer in the first couple of weeks in your business to learn from them, because that's where you get your strengths and that's where you'll get your answers from, because that's where your coach will help you. And once, I think we've all had one at the beginning that's nearly turned us off from distributing, but really look at it as a positive. So, yeah, there's always the solution, and be honest. If you are in business, say, you know what, I've never been asked this question, but you know what, I have got my coach on speed dial, so if I can give you a call back in 5 minutes, I'll make that phone call and grab that answer for you. Never, be shy about saying you don't have the answer, because you can't use it 5 years down the track sometimes. So always use it in the first 5 months, in the business. So yeah, always be honest, and they'll respect you for that more than, trying to talk bullshit for the next 10 minutes and you still haven't answered their question. You will lose respect and, stuff straight away. So just be honest, be yourself.
Yep, that's really great advice, Lydia. Thank you. And Jan, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, everything's fine. That's great. Don't take it down.
So Lydia just made a great point, is if you have someone that's difficult, think of it as a blessing. Sometimes the most difficult customers and team members can teach you the most if you look at it in the right way. Look at it as, what can I learn from this person? And it makes you work a bit harder, and it makes you appreciate when you do get the really easy clients that are just a breeze. It all balances up in the end, okay? But everything is designed to teach you to grow so that you can get to that next point to where you can grow some more and handle even bigger challenges. So imagine having 50 clients and handling that, but you've grown into it. So just think of it as everything is part of your journey and getting you to where you need to be. So we're just going to finish off with some Jim Rohn. One person caring about another represents life's greatest values, one of my favorite quotes. And if you make an investment of good service and time in a customer, you can make a fortune. So, there is definitely fortune in the follow-up, and one good client can bring you to thousands and thousands of dollars worth of business if you look after them properly. And just remember, 70% of president's teams were clients first. So do that rock star follow-up like Lydia said. And, who knows? You just might be looking after your next president's team member. So that's all we're going to cover tonight for our customer care and follow-up. This will be recorded, so I'm going to finish the recording now so that we can put it on, they can have it sent out. So thank you, Jan and Lydia, for sharing tonight and helping me. So I'm just going to finish recording.